Well, since I got the truck running, I figure it's a good time to do an update on it. It's been, I guess the truck's been down since probably June, and in that time, the things that I've done is I put a blazer tank in it between the frame rails and the rear. Reran all the fuel system with AN fittings and line and all that stuff. I pulled the transmission out. It was a 4L60. It was lazy. And when I pulled it out, the 1-2 clutches, they were pretty much fried. It was time for rebuild. It was actually just worn out. And the engine, what prompted all of this was I was checking the oil in the engine. It was low. And it had low oil pressure to start with ever since I've got the truck. I didn't do the swap on it originally, but I've redone everything on it since. Anyway, I checked the oil, had some metal in it, and it had low oil pressure to start with, so I figured it was time for rebuild. So now that that's done, my motor has about 10 miles on it and about 30 minutes run time altogether. I'm getting ready to change the oil and inspect the filter and all that stuff and make sure it's still going good. So I've rewired it. I've added another relay box, fuse panel, tucked most wires, and it's no longer LS1. It's now an LQ9 6.0. I built it here in the garage at the house. Same with the transmission. Redid the fuel system myself. Everything's done by me here at the house, my little garage. And there's pretty much how the engine looks now. Cleaned up all the wiring. Can't really see a whole lot of it now. Put a cover on it. So the engine's a 6.0. It has a Tsunami cam from Texas Speed. Trailblazer intake. Full bolt-on exhaust. Black Widow exhaust. I haven't finished tuning it yet. Still running off the old tune, and it's slightly different. It's got some dead spots and some hiccups, but for the most part, it's running pretty good for a startup tune. And I changed the wheels that was on it. Now it's got Bassett race wheels, or like dirt track wheels with GMC center caps. It's got 275 60-15 Nittos on the back and just 275 60-15 regular radials on the front. And I'm gonna move back here to this fuel system to give you guys an idea. There was a lot of questions I had about this swap, and there's not a lot of information out there. I know I've done a previous video about putting it between the frame rails, but here it is with the bed on. And with the fuel tank in the rear, even with the Blazer bumper, you can't even barely see it down there. I also did assassin track bars and stuff. Since it was down, I had the bed off of it. I did all that. Get there and see all that there. I haven't adjusted them yet. I haven't hit it yet. I haven't hit it hard. And here is the bed fill. It's just a stainless trap door I got from Summit Racing. Everything I got from Summit Racing on the fuel tank swap. So it's a 340 Walbro in tank. I think it's 340 in tank, and it's the Tanks Incorporated fuel tank, 24 gallons, I believe it is. And I mean, they built all the brackets, put them in the frame rail, and it runs good. It's way better than having an inline pump mounted on your frame rail. Way better than that. And the transmission, it was a 4L60. Now it's I guess you would call it a 4L70. I use the hardened shaft. I have a 4L70 in the rear. It's got all billet parts, complete Sonax kit. Rebuilt the 3/4 clutch pack, put extra clutches in it, whole 9 yards. It's got a Sonax close ratio gear set in it and all that good stuff. So transmission, I feel a lot better about. It shifts a lot better, and I just feel more comfortable with it. But that's what I've been doing to it. It's been down for a while, and I haven't been able to enjoy it. But I mean, a lot of work when you're doing it by yourself, and it's just a weekend thing, you know. So I've been working on weekends for the last few weeks and months. Got it all put together and get it started up for you. Get my finger out of the screen. It's dirty right now. I need to clean it. I literally started it up yesterday for the first time, and to my surprise, no surprises, no leaks, no nothing. I didn't have to go back and fix anything. I've just been letting it run, and I drove it, turned to some RPMs on it, and I'm probably gonna change the oil later on today and check it out, but it's running pretty good. It does sound a little different now with the long tube headers on it. It's a good bit louder than it was before with the manifolds, but it's the same cam. But yeah, hot dive. Oh, there it goes. Caught it. So I said I haven't tuned it yet, so it's got different injectors in it. The only thing that I did was rescale the injectors, and it runs pretty good. Not too bad. But yeah, there it is. So in the future, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do to it next. Probably rebuild the front suspension. I mean, I'd like to run a coilover front end and all that stuff on it. That's a lot of money, and kind of tired of putting money in it for right now, to be honest with you, with all the stuff I just did. So maybe in the future I'll redo the front end. I would have loved to make a series of building all this stuff, but people grossly underestimate how much work it takes to film a build and then edit it and put it together and put it all in there. It's very time consuming, and I started doing it with a parts list, building the engine, and then I just got tired of doing it, to be honest. So sorry I didn't do it for you, but here's an update on it, and this is how it looks. That's the stance on it, same as it was, just different wheels, and appreciate you taking a look.